wrestling fans, it's really good to say for once that WWE, for the first time, they did something right. They did something right. They did not tonight put Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley in the main event. They did something right. When we think wrestling fans, now some of you might agree and some of you might not agree with the order of how they book the matches. But when you think of what has interested the fans the most, coming into this pay-per-view, Extreme Rules, SmackDown, you had Rusev and AJ Styles. You had the whole Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke Nakamura thing, which would have interested us more if Nakamura hadn't gotten injured by that dog bite. On Raw, you had Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler. The main thing that has kept us tuned in to Monday Night Raw each and every Monday going into Extreme Rules. And of course, you have them pushing the Bobby Lashley-Roman Reigns rivalry as well. That did not grab our attention as much. The big thing that we all heard was that Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley was going to main event this pay-per-view. Did not happen. It almost fell to like the mid-card. Thank you. You put three matches, WWE, of more importance to us wrestling fans. It was almost like you made it the wrestling fans show tonight than your show. I mean, honestly. Now, some of you might think of it a little bit differently, but in my eyes, it was like the wrestling fans show. Because even though there might be a different, WWE might have an agenda with the whole Roman Reigns situation, wanting us to build sympathy. There's that rumor going around. I don't care. I'm one of those fans where if that's the case, it's not working. I enjoy watching him lose. Therefore, Bobby Lashley winning tonight, even though I think he is as vanilla as it comes, good. Now, you put Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler on last. They picked it up once it got about halfway through the matchup. Part of the match was kind of slow paced. Dolph Ziggler knows how to work that with his amateur background in that. These two guys, that's the only complaint I'm going to have because, quite frankly, when you see these two guys in the squared circle, you don't really want to see a lot of slow-paced stuff. I mean, you just don't. But, it went to 30 minutes, and the few things that I noticed about the pay-per-view that we don't see on Raw, the stuff that they pinned on the pay-per-view, They kick out all the time on Monday Night Raw. All the time. That's number one. You know, number two, one thing I like what they did about the match, though, since they did have Seth Rollins get that many victories at first, they let Drew McIntyre look strong in the match to help Dolph Ziggler. I did like that they did do that instead of just having Drew McIntyre just stay on the outside, stand around the entire time. They let him look strong, then get kicked out. And of course, you know what happened at the very end of the matchup once Kurt Angle restarted it because it went to 4 apiece. And he helped Dolph Ziggler pick up the last fall and retain the championship. But what really I like about it is this is going to continue on. No question, this will continue on to SummerSlam. And this has been the rivalry that has kept us all in tune with Monday Night Raw. So I like what they're doing here. Now, as far as the other big match that we wanted to see, at least what the fans seem like they wanted to see on the internet, what I have been told and heard, and my friends have told me, it was, I'm wearing the shirt, Rusev Day versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. Now, this contest, everybody knew that Rusev was going to lose going into it. I mean, there was no chance Rusev was going to walk out the victor. Not one. But, would WWE do the right thing and let him put on an instant classic with AJ Styles? I want you to I'm going to run down this list. Shinsuke Nakamura, Brock Lesnar, the modern day Raja, Jinder Mahal. Those 3 guys. Nakamura. Okay. He had good matchup. Understand. You let them put on instant classics throughout part of their rivalry. Brock Lesnar. The only guy, okay, the only guy here in this type of run with Brock Lesnar that has brought him to a good matchup. No doubt about it. You even let WWE, AJ Styles, bring Jinder Mahal to a good matchup. I'm going to repeat that. Jinder Mahal. And we get to Extreme Rules. Granted, I don't know one person that was not happy to see Rusev in that main event spot. But that match was horrible. There's no doubt in my mind that you told them to hold it back. There's no doubt in my mind that you told Rusev and AJ Styles to hold that match back, tone the match down. I could be wrong, but I mean, look. For this to be a 1 month thing, like we all know it's going to be, and then AJ Styles is going to move on to something else, there is no doubt in my mind Rusev and Rusev Day was kind of put on the back burner in this matchup and kind of flickered out. That is horrible. WWE. You messing that up. But at the same token, I'm not going to complain about him being in the main event spot during this pay-per-view because it was somewhat of the fans' pay-per-view to some degree. Extreme Rules was. Now, some of you might say differently because of what happened during the Carmella and Asuka contest with the illogical booking. WWE, you did the most illogical booking with that contest. Now, I understand. I get it. James Ellsworth getting involved. That's what the shark cage is used for. WWE can spin on it that the shark cage is used to keep James Ellsworth from getting involved in the matchup. But in reality, the shark cage is used so James Ellsworth can pull something out of his pants and drop it down to Carmella. We've seen this time and time and time again. Now, James Ellsworth not only does this numerous upon numerous upon numerous times, but takes a key out and unlocks the door of the shark cage. Really? Where did he get the key? And people are going to gripe because Asuka is not the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Look, I'm sure there's still a big chance that she could still face Charlotte at SummerSlam. If not, then they'll probably go down the road of Carmella versus Charlotte at SummerSlam. Which, honestly, I wish they would just go Asuka versus Charlotte at SummerSlam and also put Becky Lynch versus Carmella at SummerSlam. Just do something like that. They're not having Bayley take on Sasha Banks at SummerSlam for a championship, and we all know that's the direction they're going. So why not just do the same with Charlotte and Asuka? Whatever the case, this matchup definitely illogical. How it ended was bad. This match all over the place was just bad. It was a drain on Extreme Rules, and that's about all I have to say about that. Carmella, still SmackDown Live Women's Champion. And, speaking of a shocker, the B team. Now, the first thing I'm going to say about this is the B team is a transitional champion. They're not holding on to those titles long. They will drop those titles probably at SummerSlam to a more important tag team. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay? There's no way they're going to have the B team hold on to those championships longer than a month. I don't see it. The Cinderella story will conclude at SummerSlam. Mark my word. Now, the Leader of Worlds, they could have lost it as well as far as the tag titles because Bray Wyatt's not fully healed yet. When you really look at the matchup, he didn't take that many bumps. He was in there, he did his few main spots, and that was it. Most of the bumps was taken by Matt Hardy. So that could have had something to do with it as well. But whatever the case, B-Team is a transitional champion, and they are playing this Cinderella story till SummerSlam, where AOP or some other important tag team will take the tag team championship from them. And speaking of tag team championship, the Bludgeon Brothers bludgeonizing all over Team Hell No tonight. They beat Team Hell No in the back, inside the squared circle, everywhere. Now, it wasn't just a squash fest. I'm glad it wasn't a squash fest, but they did beat them. They were victorious, and we knew this was going to happen. Daniel Bryan was not going to capture the tag team championship, right before SummerSlam. Daniel Bryan wasn't going to capture the tag titles with Kane. Not when Kane's running for mayor of Knoxville. It's not happening. Go and become Knoxville mayor, Kane, Glenn Jacobs. Good luck to you. But Daniel Bryan, more than likely, is now going to be set up with The Miz, judging by what happened last Tuesday. And, of course, their history in the past. Because, quite frankly, we still don't know if he signed a contract with the WWE still. So, right now, September 1st, he's gone, as far as we know. So, is he really going to capture the tag titles? No. Now, the United States Championship. Shinsuke Nakamura and Jeff Hardy. Now, when you look at this match, everybody thought, we're going to see a good contest. We're going to see these guys actually do a good job, set up a great match. Right? No. Instead, we saw a low blow, a Kinshasa kick, and a 1-2-3 victory. New United States Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. We saw this match pretty much set up SummerSlam as Randy Orton comes out and low blows Jeff Hardy. That's it. That was this match. 2 low blows and a Kinshasa kick. This coming Tuesday, we're going to see the rematch. Now, one of two things is going to happen. Either there's going to be some screw finish in which Jeff Hardy is still going to be in this rivalry with Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura, or this is it for Jeff Hardy, and Randy Orton and Nakamura are going to continue their rivalry onto SummerSlam, in which Nakamura's first major win as a champion will be Randy Orton. Because I don't see Randy Orton taking the U.S. title away from Shinsuke Nakamura. I just don't see it. What else did we see tonight? Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. Okay. Already mentioned some about Ronda Rousey, and they're going to continue their rivalry going into SummerSlam. But as far as the match is concerned, it really wasn't anything of great importance or anything. Alexa Bliss pretty much threw weapons into the ring because she was trying to hit Nia Jax with them and stuff, and then ran around from Nia Jax like a chicken with her head cut off. Whatever case, Alexa's still your Raw Women's Champion. Braun Strowman versus KO. Okay. Yeah. Braun Strowman, loses this matchup. Two things that I'm going to point out here. Number one, so now he has superhuman strength. Braun Strowman has superhuman strength now. Okay, WWE. Okay. So now Braun Strowman can break handcuffs. Okay. I'm really buying that one. And now he's throwing Kevin Owens off steel cages onto announce tables. So now he's a bully. Even more than he already was. Now, I like Braun Strowman, but he really is just turning into a bully. That's what you're building him up as on his way to SummerSlam, where he's going to cash in the Money in the Bank to become the Universal Champion. That's what he's striking to me. You all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. And other than that, we had Baron Corbin losing to Finn Balor. We had Sanity beat the New Day in the kickoff show. And we had something that I'm sure everybody was cringing on. Andrade Cien Almas take on Sin Cara on the pre-show as well. And the reason why I'm saying everybody is cringing on it is because it was on the pre-show and not the main card. And everybody is kind of high on Andrade Cien Almas right now. And quite frankly, you can really tell the damage that him being away from TV and only on the main event and those little shows that the network shows has done, or being on the pre-show that you get to watch before SmackDown starts, which I guess is the main event. I'm not sure. That really has damaged Andrade Cien Almas. Hadn't done anything to Sin Cara. Sin Cara hasn't done anything in years. Andrade Cien Almas, let me tell you, WWE, you continue to do that, you've wasted a talent bringing him up from NXT. You got some work to do. And this has been your Extreme Rules review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications so you can get my video as soon as it comes up each and every time. And of course, Raw and SmackDown live reviews this week. Go back and check out anything you missed last week. Much appreciated. My preview and predictions of Extreme Rules. My old school classic SummerSlam review. I went over 1994 amongst everything else. Go and check it out. It's live on the channel right now. And until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.